my gosh, look at it. So 4.5 centimeters. That's almost 2 inches. Almost. Yeah.
7 little Johnstons star Jonah Johnston and his wife Ashley pregnant. Finally, Ashley is about to give birth to a new baby. They are expecting new baby boy. I will explain everything. Jonah Johnston, the eldest son of TLC's 7 little Johnstons, and his beloved wife Ashley are about to experience the joy and nerves of parenthood for the very first time. In this video, we'll take you inside their incredible journey. From the early days of their romance, through their emotional pregnancy journey, right up to the final hours before Ashley gives birth to their baby boy. If you're a fan of the Johnstons or just love a heartwarming story, grab your tissues and settle in. This is one you don't want to miss. For longtime fans, Jonah Johnston is practically family. We've watched him grow from a quiet teenager into a strong, sensitive young man, navigating all the ups and downs of living with achondroplasia, finding his place in the world, and searching for love. But it wasn't until he met Ashley Smith, a fellow little person with a big heart, that Jonah truly found his soulmate. Jonah. I remember the first time I met Ashley. I was nervous as hell, but she made me feel at home right away. We just clicked. She gets me in a way no one else ever has. Ashley. We had so much in common, not just the physical stuff, but our outlook on life. We both wanted to build something real. Family is so important to both of us. Jonah and Ashley's relationship wasn't always easy. Like every couple, they faced challenges, some from the outside world, some from within. But through every obstacle, their love only grew stronger. By 2022, fans were speculating, was a proposal coming? And in a touching family gathering, Jonah finally popped the question. Ashley said yes, and the Johnston family officially gained a new daughter. After the engagement, life sped up. Wedding planning, moving in together, building the home that worked for both of them physically and emotionally. It was a whirlwind. The couple faced unique challenges. From finding furniture that fit just right to dealing with stares and questions from strangers. Every day brought new lessons. Ashley. People always ask, is it hard being 2 little people in a world built for average height? The truth is, we make it work. We adapt. But we also have each other's backs. The Johnstons rallied around the couple, as always. Amber and Trent, Jonah's parents, offered advice and a helping hand. Even Liz, Anna, Alex, and Emma pitched in, making the soon-to-arrive baby boy a true family project. I always wanted my kids to feel supported, no matter what path they chose. Seeing Jonah step up and become a husband, and now a dad, is honestly a dream come true for me. It was a chilly morning in late November when Jonah and Ashley called the family together for what they promised was exciting news. The camera crew was there, but no one quite knew what to expect. Were they buying a new house? A puppy? Then, Ashley pulled out a tiny blue onesie, and everyone understood. Jonah. I don't think I've ever seen my mom cry that quickly. Telling them was the best feeling in the world. Trent. I always thought I was ready to be a grandpa, but hearing the words, "we're pregnant," that's when it really hits you. The news sent waves of joy through the entire Johnston family and the fan community. Social media exploded with congratulations, fan art, and messages of support. For Jonah and Ashley, the reality of parenthood was starting to set in. There were doctor's visits, baby books, and a long list of names to consider. For Ashley, pregnancy was both a blessing and a challenge. As a little person, every step was closely monitored by a team of doctors who specialized in high-risk pregnancies. There were more appointments, more tests, more questions. Would their son inherit achondroplasia? Would there be complications? Ashley. I knew the risks. I did my research. But I also knew that Jonah and I were strong enough to get through anything. With each passing month, the couple grew closer. They took birthing classes, watched endless YouTube parenting tutorials, and leaned on the Johnston family's decades of experience. Still, there were moments of doubt and fear. Jonah. There were nights where I'd just lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering, am I going to be a good dad? Am I ready? But Ashley always reminds me, we're in this together. Friends and fans watched as Ashley's bump grew, documented in weekly Instagram updates, sometimes with hilarious captions and always with that unmistakable Johnston optimism. As Ashley entered her third trimester, excitement mixed with nerves. The nursery was finally finished, a soothing palette of blues and whites, filled with handmade crafts from the whole family. The baby shower, hosted by Liz and Anna, was a riot of laughter, cake, and tiny clothes. Liz. Ashley's basically my sister now. I can't wait to be Aunt Liz. We're already arguing over who gets to babysit first. Anna. I crocheted a little hat for him. He's not even born yet, and he's already the best-dressed Johnston. Jonah and Ashley spent their last nights as a family of two talking late into the night, sharing hopes and fears, and promising each other that, no matter what, they give their son the happiest childhood possible. The night before Ashley's due date was unlike any other. Jonah cooked her favorite meal, they watched their favorite movie, and took one last belly selfie together. I can't believe tomorrow's the day. Feels like we've been waiting forever, and now it's finally happening. Wish us luck! For Ashley, sleep was impossible. She wrote a letter to her unborn son, filled with promises, hopes, and love. Ashley, to my baby boy, I haven't met you yet, but I already love you more than anything in this world. I hope you grow up knowing that you are wanted, cherished, and surrounded by a family who will always stand by you. When the contractions began at 3 a.m., Jonah sprang into action, calling Amber, grabbing the hospital bag, and helping Ashley to the car. The drive to the hospital was a blur of excitement, nerves, and silent prayers. Jonah. I kept telling Ashley, "You're doing great. You've got this." Honestly, I think I was more nervous than she was. Hours passed. Ashley's strength amazed everyone, nurses, doctors, even herself. Jonah never left her side, offering encouragement, ice chips, and the occasional dad joke. And then, at 2:14 p.m., after what felt like an eternity, the room filled with the cries of a healthy baby boy. The newest Johnston had arrived, and the love was immediate and overwhelming. The news traveled fast. Amber and Trent were the first to meet their grandson, followed by Liz, Anna, Alex, and Emma. Each took turns holding the tiny newborn, their faces shining with pride and wonder. Amber. I can't believe how perfect he is. Jonah and Ashley are going to be amazing parents. Trent. He's already got my nose, poor kid. But seriously, seeing Jonah holding his son, nothing in the world beats that feeling. Fans flooded social media with messages of congratulations, photoshopped baby pictures, and even video messages from other reality TV families. TLC announced a special episode documenting the baby's arrival, and hashtag Baby Johnston trended for days. The first 48 hours were a blur of feedings, diapers, and visitors. Jonah and Ashley barely slept, but their faces glowed with happiness. Ashley. There's so much to learn. Every time he cries, I worry, is he hungry? Tired? Cold? But I think we're doing okay, Jonah. I thought I knew what love was. But holding my son, seeing Ashley become a mom, there's nothing like it. Back home, life quickly settled into a new rhythm. Late night feedings, endless laundry, and the simple joy of watching their son sleep. Every challenge, every sleepless night and tearful moment was balanced by laughter, love, and the support of a close-knit family. Sitting together on their couch, baby boy sleeping peacefully nearby, Jonah and Ashley reflected on how much their lives had changed in just a few short years. Jonah. I used to worry so much about the future. Now, all I want is to make sure our son knows how loved he is. That's all that matters. Ashley. I'm excited for every milestone. His first steps, his first words, his first day at school. Whatever the future holds, we'll face it together. For the Johnston family, the story is only just beginning. As they welcome the newest member into their unique, loving, and resilient clan, One thing is certain, with Jonah and Ashley as parents, this baby boy is in the best hands possible. Even the best prepared parents quickly discover that nothing can truly get you ready for those first few weeks. For Jonah and Ashley, every day brought new lessons, surprises, and a deeper understanding of just how strong and patient they could be. Ashley: I read every book I could get my hands on. But when it's 3 a.m. and he's crying for the third time, you just figure it out. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't, and that's okay. From sleepless nights to diaper blowouts, Jonah and Ashley learned to laugh through the chaos. They traded off feedings, encouraged each other, and leaned on their family, especially Amber and Trent, who never hesitated to offer a helping hand, a meal, or a word of advice. Trent: parenthood is the world's toughest job, but it's also the most rewarding. I told Jonah, just love him. Everything else will fall into place. Being a Johnston means more than just sharing a last name. It's a legacy of resilience, humor, and unconditional love. As the first grandchild, Jonah and Ashley's baby boy was instantly adored, not just by his parents, but by aunts, uncles, and grandparents who couldn't wait to spoil him rotten. He's so tiny, but already so loved. I want him to know he can come to me for anything. That's what big sisters are for, even if we're actually his aunts. Anna: I know what it's like to be the new kid in the family. He's going to fit right in. I can't wait to show him the ropes. Trent and Amber, now officially Papa and Nana, found their lives changed as well. They revisited old family stories, shared advice from their own journey, and dreamed about watching their grandson take his first steps, speak his first words, and someday watch his own episodes on TLC. Life as little people presents daily obstacles most families never have to consider. Jonah and Ashley, now with a newborn, had to rethink even the simplest routines: reaching the kitchen sink, changing a diaper on a higher table, finding car seats and strollers that fit their needs. Ashley: there's no one-size-fits-all for us, and that's okay. We adapt. Sometimes it's a hassle, but it makes us stronger as a couple, as parents, and as people. Jonah: I want my son to know that his differences are his strengths. Growing up in the Johnston family, he'll learn that every challenge is just another adventure. The Johnstons' openness about their unique challenges resonated with fans. Messages poured in from other little people, parents, and supporters, all sharing their own stories, struggles, and encouragement. From the very first announcement, the Johnston community and the wider TLC audience rallied around Jonah and Ashley. The fan mail was overwhelming. Blankets, baby books, hand-knit sweaters, and letters from viewers who had grown up alongside the family. Ashley: reading those letters, it hit me how much our story matters. We never set out to be role models, but if we can help someone feel less alone, that's worth everything. Other reality TV stars reached out with congratulations. Even TLC put together a special montage of fan messages, surprising the new parents with the outpouring of love. Jonah: I didn't realize how big our family had gotten, not just by blood, but by all these amazing people rooting for us. Fame brings blessings and burdens. Jonah and Ashley's story trended across social media, with every milestone analyzed and celebrated by the press. While grateful for the support, the couple also craved privacy as they navigated new parenthood. Jonah: it's a strange feeling. Everyone wants to know everything. We try to be as open as possible, but some moments, like holding my son for the first time, those are just for us. Ashley: we love our fans, but we also want to protect our son's privacy. He'll have his own story to tell one day. With support from TLC, Jonah and Ashley set boundaries, sharing what felt right, holding back what was too personal. It was a balancing act, but one they managed with grace, honesty, and a sense of humor. Every family remembers the first smile, the first laugh, the first time their baby sleeps through the night. For Jonah and Ashley, these moments were more than milestones. They were reminders of the miracle they'd been given. Amber: he's such a happy baby. Every time I hold him, I think about Jonah at that age, how far we've come as a family. It's all worth it. Trent. I used to worry. How would Jonah handle the hard days? But seeing him with his son, I know he's going to be just fine. The Johnstons marked every occasion. A tiny birthday hat for the baby's 1-month milestone. Handmade crafts from each family member. A scrapbook filled with photos, notes, and the baby's first handprint in blue paint. As the weeks turned to months, the Johnston household bustled with energy, love, and the messiness of real life. Through every diaper change and sleepless night, Jonah and Ashley felt their hearts expand, not just for their son, but for the village raising him. Ashley, I never thought I'd be this happy, this tired, or this grateful. Our son has brought out the best in all of us. He's the missing piece we didn't know we needed. Jonah, I hope one day he looks back at these videos and sees how much he was loved from the very start. For the Johnstons, family has always meant sticking together, facing challenges head-on, and celebrating every victory, big or small. Now, with a new generation to nurture, those values are more important than ever. The Johnstons have always been more than a television family. By living openly, honestly, and joyfully, they've helped challenge stereotypes, promote understanding, and inspire countless viewers, both little people and average-height families. Ashley, I want our son to grow up proud of his story, to know he belongs, no matter what anyone says. Jonah, the world isn't always kind, but if we can teach him to be strong, kind, and true to himself, then we've done our job. As their story continues to unfold, Jonah and Ashley hope to use their platform to advocate for inclusion, accessibility, and love in all its forms. With every passing day, Jonah and Ashley's dreams for their son and their family grow richer and deeper. They talk late into the night about what the future might hold. First steps, first words, kindergarten, adventures near and far. Ashley, I just want him to be happy, to find his passion, to know we'll always be here cheering him on. Jonah, my hope is that he'll grow up in a world that's a little kinder, a little more understanding because of stories like ours. The Johnstons aren't perfect. They make mistakes, argue, laugh, and cry, just like any family. But as they embark on this new chapter, they do so with open hearts, unshakable love, and the knowledge that together, they can weather any storm. On a quiet evening, Jonah and Ashley sit side by side, their newborn sleeping between them. They write a letter, a message for their son to read one day, a snapshot of their hopes, fears, and gratitude in this moment. Jonah, to our precious boy, you are our greatest adventure, our biggest joy, and our proudest legacy. We promise to love you fiercely, guide you gently, and support you always. Never be afraid to be yourself. Stand tall, no matter how small the world tries to make you feel. You are enough, just as you are. Love, Mom and Dad. It's a simple message, but it holds the weight of generations, the wisdom of experience, the warmth of unconditional love, and the promise of new beginnings. As the episode closes, we see the Johnston house lit up against the night sky. One window glowing softly as Jonah and Ashley rock their son to sleep. Their journey has been full of ups and downs, but one thing is certain, the adventure is just beginning. The next generation of Johnstons is here, and if the past is any indication, the future will be filled with laughter, love, and the kind of courage that can change the world. Thank you for sharing this incredible journey with us. Whether you've been a fan from the beginning or just discovered the Johnstons, we hope their story inspires you to cherish your family, celebrate your differences, and believe in new beginnings. Don't forget to like, comment, more update. Jonah Johnston takes on tough competition, but why? And 7 Little Johnstons fans react to Jonah Johnston's transformation. Jonah Johnston's mental health struggles get worse, but how? And Trent and Jonah Johnston enjoy some father and son bonding, but how? I will explain everything. Jonah Johnston takes on tough competition, but why? Jonah Johnston, star of The Little Johnstons, is facing some formidable opposition. Amber Johnston, his mother, documented his most recent journey, and he seems to be enjoying every second of it thus far. Now, what kind of competition does Jonah participate in? For all the information, continue reading. You can also view some new photos of the Johnston family by scrolling down. Since Jonah doesn't use social media very often, his mother provides the majority of his updates. Since her son was competing, she felt compelled to share with followers what they had planned for the weekend. On Sunday, Amber Johnston posted a new picture of her oldest kid on Instagram. He was cooking outside at a table when the picture was taken. He had never participated in a BBQ tournament before, she said. It appears that he was fully prepared to face the challenging battle. Amber shared a few more pictures on her Instagram stories for her followers to view. Jonah can be seen showcasing his diligence below. He served a tasty barbecue dish in a takeout container. A selfie of Amber, Trent, and Elizabeth getting ready to eat some BBQ was also taken. The competition appears to have taken place on a lovely day. When Jonah enters his first BBQ competition, a lot of fans are thrilled. They believe it's fantastic that he's experimenting. A few of Amber's supporters sent Jonah well wishes and requested an update. "That's fun," exclaimed one enthusiast. "It must have tasted delicious too." Then someone else said, "Well done, buddy. Let the people see how it's done." Supporters of 7 Little Johnstons want to learn more about Jonah's latest ventures. One admirer even proposed that they create a restaurant in the future, and another believed that the whole family should participate in BBQ preparation. To let everyone know how Jonah's first competition went, Amber should post an update. No matter what happens, he appears content in these pictures. What are your thoughts on these fresh images of the Johnston family? Do you like how Jonah Johnston is experimenting and having fun? Comment below with your thoughts. 7 Little Johnstons fans react to Jonah Johnston's transformation, but why? Star of 7 Little Johnstons Jonah Johnston flaunted his new appearance to his followers. At this point, fans are commenting on his dramatic change. Consequently, what has changed with Jonah, and what are the opinions of fans? Jonah's style has been evolving lately. During 7 Little Johnstons, the TLC personality adjusted his hairstyle and made a small fashion shift. He got some positive feedback from his sisters when he modeled his clothes before leaving for the Little People of America National Conference. Fans have now begun to comment on his new hairstyle. Jonah recently made his debut on 7 Little Johnstons with his new permed hairstyle. He had his hair done by a hairstylist who came to his parents' house. His family's response to the shift was later. According to Emma Johnston, who saw her big brother's hair in a confessional, it resembles ramen noodles. Trent Johnston was taken aback by the significant alteration when he arrived after work. Jonah disclosed to his relatives that he kept his dating partner Ashley in the dark about his altering appearance. According to him, he is more likely than the other to keep her on her toes. He seemed certain, though, that she would enjoy it. You can see how his hair has changed below. On Reddit, fans of 7 Little Johnstons are discussing Jonah Johnston's major disclosure. His new hairdo appears to be popular with many of his followers. As some have noted, it is an improvement over his prior appearance. According to a fan of 7 Little Johnstons, "I thought I would hate it, but I liked it better than his previous messy, shaggy mop look." Other Reddit users commented that among men Jonah's age, it's a quite fashionable style. Thus, although it may surprise some, it's truly fashionable. "I understand that is the style these days," someone said. "It's not something I enjoy, but I also don't despise it." One more enthusiast added, "I kind of like it." The fact that Jonah seems content with his new appearance is all that matters. How does Jonah Johnston's new appearance appeal to you? Does his new hair appeal to you? Or did you prefer it earlier? Tell us what you think in the space provided for comments below. Jonah Johnston's mental health struggles get worse, but how? Jonah Johnston continues to struggle with mental health issues, according to the recently released 7 Little Johnstons Season 12 preview. Trent and Amber Johnston make the decision to intervene since it appears that things might be getting worse. To see all of the information that has been released thus far about the forthcoming season, continue reading. In the newest season of the show, Trent and Amber's 22-year-old son is dealing with some difficult mental health issues. This week, TLC unveiled the first season 12 preview. Jonah's mental health is a significant theme in this season's plot. He talks a little bit in the teaser about how his mental health issues had affected him and the efforts his family is making to make things better. Jonah discusses in a confessional how his relationship with his girlfriend, Ashley, is being impacted by his mental health. "I haven't been giving Ashley the priority I should because of my anxiety issues," he claims. This conclusion sounds to have disappointed the TLC star. In the end, it seems like Jonah Johnston's anxiousness might be worsening, which is why Amber and Trent are becoming engaged. Jonah is once again living with Trent and Amber, as the preview makes clear. They have made the decision to take over and support him while he navigates these challenging mental health conditions. They do not want him to be left to deal with this alone. "We're going to help Jonah move back home with his parents," says Trent. "Does Ashley know? Like, what's been going on with you?" Amber then asks her son. Jonah affirms that his girlfriend is aware of his difficulties with mental health. The preview is available to watch here. Here will be much more in the upcoming season, aside from Jonah Johnston's mental health issues. Viewers will be able to participate in everything from enjoyable excursions to difficult discussions. So, are you surprised to hear that Jonah continues to struggle with his mental health? What do you think of Trent and Amber filling in for him in the upcoming season? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. 7 Little Johnstons. Jonah Johnston dresses to impress, but why? TLC's 7 Little Johnstons just aired a new episode in which Jonah Johnston is dressing up and showing off. Although he acknowledges that he might use some assistance, the 22-year-old is flaunting his stylish choices. To learn every information about what will happen in the upcoming episode, continue reading. The Johnston family has covered their forthcoming trip to the Little People of America National Conference extensively in recent episodes of the show. They adore interacting with other small people from around the world. Therefore, they are really enthusiastic about this event. Before Jonah leaves for Spokane, Washington, he wants to look his best. One of the pictures from the conference this summer that the Johnstons shared is shown here. A little behind schedule because of production time is 7 Little Johnstons. Ahead of the release of Season 12, Episode 9, TLC gave fans a new sneak peek on Tuesday. The video was released on Twitter and Instagram by the network. This video shows Jonah asking his sisters, Emma, Anna, and Liz, for fashion advice. The girls take a seat on the couch while Jonah poses in the clothes he intends to wear to the meeting. He informs his sisters this is a rough draft before he begins. 6. In an honest confessional, Liz, star of Lil Johnstons, informs viewers she wants to make sure Jonah's clothes complement his new hairstyle and that he wears multiple outfits that week. Prepared to make an impression, Jonah enters a bedroom and exits. In their evaluation of his first wardrobe, his sisters advise him to wear a blue t-shirt underneath his button-down shirt that isn't buttoned. In a confessional, Anna says, "We have to make sure his clothes look good because our clothes will look good for sure." The siblings of the 7 Little Johnstons also chuckle when they see that his fly is unzipped as he is modeling one of his ensembles. Jonah's sisters were very complimentary of one particular outfit. His Henley shirt with blue stripes, sneakers, and chino shorts were appealing to them. It receives a 10 from Anna. Jonah expressed gratitude to his sisters for their guidance during a confessional, and he appeared prepared to dress appropriately. Will you be interested in seeing Jonah Johnston's wardrobe choices? Is it a relief that he has 3 sisters to turn to for assistance with these matters? Leave a comment below to share your thoughts. Trent and Jonah Johnston enjoy some father and son bonding, but how? Jonah and Trent Johnston from TLC's 7 Little Johnstons frequently appear to be at odds. But based on a new image that surfaced on Instagram, it's not permanent. Nowadays, the eldest son, who is in his 20s, works and doesn't resemble the young child that fans frequently saw on screen. They bonded on the golf course this week. At the conclusion of the previous season, viewers of TLC witnessed Amber and her spouse have a serious conversation with their son. His attempt to avoid doing duties following his girlfriend's visit was disliked by them. In addition, he didn't appear to understand the need of managing finances. There was no way he could spend the rest of his life playing games. Consequently, they granted him 3 months to vacate the residence. In case you were unaware, the only 2 biological children are Jonah and Liz. Alex was adopted, Emma was adopted, and Anna was adopted. Anna and Liz also want to leave the house this season. The patriarch of the 7 lit Johnstons wants his children to be completely independent, thus it's likely that Trent and Jonah Johnston had occasional arguments. In an interview with Alec Lace on First Class Fatherhood, he stated that the civil rights movement has not yet been implemented for young people. In the large world, it might be difficult, and not everyone accepts those with dwarfism. The children need to become self-sufficient as soon as possible, so he is harsh with them because he may not be around to help them forever. Jonah, a TLC personality, most likely values such independence in the years to come. Jonah Johnston and Trent faced up against Amber in the episode. After all, Trent and Amber want him to stop being on cruise control when it comes to his life, according to Hollywood Life. Perhaps he has since moved on and realized that cruise control isn't the best option when you don't have your parents around all the time. He and his father went bounding on the golf course this week, and it appears they had a great time. One of Trent's posted photos showed him with Jonah Johnston from 7 Little Johnstons. Their location, he added, was Morgan Dairy Golf. Milner Gay. He said his son beat him, and other fans questioned who had won. Jonah hits farther than his old man now, he actually stated in the comments. With Trent claiming to have only just lost, a rematch is obviously in order. How do you feel about the family's 2 guys hanging out and spending time together on the golf course? Does the fact that they get along well in real life make you happy? Leave a comment below to share your thoughts. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.